we see these polar opposites in nature all the time. We see that all evolution is driven by opposite forces. Male and female, and hot and cold, and ebb and flow, and inhale and exhale, and this black and white, yin and yang, whatever you want to call it, left and right, dichotomy, this division, is something that exists throughout all of nature. And if you look at evolution, then you see that evolution is driven by this gap, by this growing gap between two opposites. In fact, it is the growing gap between the plus and the minus, the left and the right, that creates a new level of life each time. The only difference is that these opposing forces, these opposites, the male and female of nature, they each time find a way to complement each other. They find a way to harmonize with each other. They find a way to create a new kind of connection that didn't exist.
If they do, then life is formed.
Exactly. If they,
I mean,
when they do, they don't just connect. They connect to something new, better, greater than they currently were.
So that's the most exciting thing about where we're at right now, is that a new level is available for humanity, a life that is so beyond anything we can imagine now. I mean, it's so hard. We're so stuck in a tiny movie. We're like less than, we call it kindergarten. I know you call it gun. I don't know what people around the world call it when the child first goes to school.
Yeah.
We're like smaller than that compared to what is on the table for us.
The fact that we have two parts of society, each one feeling so hateful of the other, disgusted by the other. You want to, I heard, if you go on Twitter a little bit, if you go on social media a little bit, if you go on the left news media a little bit, and then on the right news media a little bit, if you go on the comedy shows, especially the late night comedy shows that, where they openly just mock the other side and try to degrade them as much as possible. If you look at the kind of things that people utter and express towards each other from both sides, that is the gap that is being formed between these two polar opposites. And that puts each side in a blinded situation where they can't even see an option to connect with the other side. However, it's that very gap by which nature is setting the stage for a higher level of human life. The way our system, our political system works right now is just basically we're running away from the problem. What do you try to do? You're trying to beat the other side, and then
just come back stronger. So the Democrats will win, and then the Republicans will win, and the Democrats
exactly.
will win.
Now we're saying don't try to do that, and also don't try to cancel your opinions and cancel the differences. No, the differences are set by nature, and nature is pushing humanity to evolve by separating us and making us into these polar opposite, creating these polar opposite differences between us that we can't bridge. We cannot bridge them. I think that needs to be part of the new consciousness of human beings into the 21st century. We cannot bridge our differences. We need to expand on this level of human awareness and human perception. We need to rise to a new level of consciousness. We need to expand human perception to a point where we can actually see that we're parts of a single body. That sense of the single body that we're all part of is missing. Animals have that. The cells in your body have that. The even ancient cultures thousands of years ago had a certain sense of that. We lost it. We think we are disconnected from each other. We think the others are enemies. We hate our own cells in our own body.
Mhm.
We're not seeing that. We're just not seeing that. It's a matter of of awareness and perception that needs to grow. The heart needs to expand. The eyes need to expand. The mind need to expand. That's what's happening. We are the only thing that confines us is our ego. And the only thing that will solve our division is rising above the ego. And it just cannot happen without the other side. We need each other.